Hello, welcome. Thank you. I'm Helen, Authentic Discovery. These are your Speak Your Truth conversations. Thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to like, subscribe, comment and share, that would be lovely. You can do that down there, I believe. This week I will be talking to Löik. So thank you, Löik, for agreeing to come and speak with me. I am really excited to see where our conversation leads. Can I ask you to introduce yourself to everyone?
Yes, thank you first to you, Helen, to invite me, and thank you to people who watch this this video. So my name is Loic, and I spend my time to study traditions all over the world to discover how we can connect together. So I travel a lot. I am now in France, in my parents' place, and I travel in Brazil, in Gabon, and in Mexico and other places to study different traditions. So shamanic traditions, but also uh, Catholic, usual religions, also Islam and others. I'm
Okay.
very curious to understand what is the link who is behind this. This is a primordial tradition, and we can find this tradition everywhere in each tradition.
Okay. So what inspired you um, to start this quest? Because it sounds almost quest-like to find the connections between humanity and their cultures, traditions, and religions. So
Mm.
what was it that first inspired you to start this journey?
So yes, first of all, I wanted to say that you invite me because you connect with us with all one union, and this is this idea to find the common directions, the common base of each people around the world. Uh, and when I was child, I was in a Catholic religion, but I feel it's something who was not totally aligned in this religion because they speak something and they do other things in the past, in the story of Catholicism. Uh, and so I begin to wonder why, what is the base of this? So the evangelies of with Jesus, where Jesus was related, um, and the story of Jesus and what he said, and what is the base of Catholicism and Christianism. And I feel that the base that he said is not totally full, but we can understand that he speak about unity.
Yes.
He said that I want that everybody will be one in me as I am one in you, my God, Father.
Yes.
And he said to love his friend is to love each other as you love yourself, and that means that the others are yourself also.
Yes. I, as you speak, I can hear that our foundation is possibly very similar, um,
Mm,
because it is Christ that has led me to where I am. Um,
mm,
because he said, "Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven," and then it tells you that the kingdom of God is within. So for
mm.
me, it is that connection to what's in here, which is within each one of us. But it has taken you to travel. So there's a little part of me that thought, maybe I should have traveled more. But this, so can I ask, what have your travels and your openness to see that divinity and that what Christ spoke about within each individual. What has that brought to you? What have you gained from that?
Um, I remarked that after these questions, I was child when I had these questions, and after I turned my life. I do other things. I was a comedian in Paris, and uh, it was a more material life, but still a little bit interested by the spirituality. And one day I fall from a tree, and from this time uh, I, uh, I I was in hospital for a long time, and I begin to read more things, more spirituality that I read when I was child. And I noticed that people like Neil Donald Walsh, Eckhart Tolle, Donald Walsh, Conversation with God, Eckhart Tolle, The Power of the Present, or people like Buddha, also Siddhartha Gautama Shakyamuni, and also in a kind of similarity, some shamanic people, and also Muslims. I read the Quran and other books, Torah and others, and I noticed that each one propose to the people who follow them to reconnect with the divine, but it's not very clear.
Mm.
And they propose to each one the happiness for themselves, to be happy, to be conscious of the life as it is, and to serve. And this thing guide me to um, yeah, to feel that maybe it's something similar in these traditions. And I gain the clarity of this. What is the connection that we can unite all the people? And each one in his language says that we are in the same body, the same earth body, and we are like members of this body. So we are in the same body, and we are like these members, different particularity. This
We're all
is the
cells
hand,
of the
this
same
is a
body.
note, but
Yes.
it's the same body.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it's one with particularity, with diversity.
Okay. Can I ask you? Well, I am going to ask you. What has been the biggest challenge in this? What have you found has been for you? What has been the biggest challenge? Because historically, if we look at the religions of the world, they fight. They all fight. So to look at them and then to see that they all, and that's the other thing, they all have the same foundation of love, of divinity, and that connection to the all. Whether you call him God, Allah, Buddha, whatever you call him, it's about that connection. And yet they usually all end up fighting. Judaism, Islam, Christianity, sibling rivalry. So they usually fight, and so for you, what challenge? What was the challenge? Did you have a challenge when you journeyed?
Yes, All One Union is a project that I received in initiation, in shamanic initiation. But I care this project when I was child. I dreamed that all these people would talk about that we are human and we have to serve one all, one God who is all, they fight themselves, as you said. And my heart tells me that we have to join them only to share a time, a moment, each one with his own practice, each one with his own particularity. This is the purpose of All One Union, to offer one day each month, the first of each month. First is unity, it's one. And the first of each month at 1 p.m. Universal Time for the moment, for 11 minutes, people from each tradition, each religion, even if they don't have traditions and they can only touch the earth or to plant a tree or as they want, or to clean something or just to talk with other people about consciousness, about that we are one, and about that we want all the good for our earth and our humanity. Because this is the purpose of each religion, the purpose uh, of each tradition, of each one. We want the good for our earth and our humanity, as you said yesterday in the video meeting, All One. If everybody is happy, is good, is in his place, I don't have fear. I don't have fear for me. I don't have fear for my children. I don't have fear from my family.
If we are at peace, if the world can come together in peace,
Yeah,
we can walk. We can just be. We can live without that fear. That's my question.
it's for me. It's for me sure
Yeah.
that if each one is happy in his place and is fine, and why did he want to fight?
Yes. Yes. So
And in this,
the challenge is also the goal. The purpose of All One Union is to unite, and that is also the challenge to achieve that, to bring people from each of their religions, each of their ideologies, to come together to see the unification and the similarity, as opposed to the division and the isolation of each.
yeah, just to be in conscience for 11 minutes
Was there
where they are.
Was there a reason that you chose 11 minutes?
11, it's a new beginning. From 1 to 10 in our system, from 1 to 10, it's the first cycle. And 11, we go on the second step,
Okay.
on a new step.
I thought there may be a reason behind it, and I just wanted to kind of look at that.
It's what I received, the information that I received in for this. But maybe it's other particularity of the number 11. Oh, I have something to share with you.
Okay.
I just noticed now.
Oh, a four-leaf clover.
So thank you. Thank you, Mother, Father Divine.
Absolutely. Oh, fortuitous. How beautiful.
Yeah. Wow. So yes, I'm sure. I'm sure this is. I'm not sure, but I received this. That the first step is to be conscious of our unity, because we are in unity.
Yeah.
We are all in the same earth with the same pesanteur. I don't know the name pesanteur. You know the attraction of the apple of Newton?
Oh, gravity.
Gravity,
Gravity,
yes.
gravity.
With the same gravity. And we are all in the same atmosphere. Yes. The atmosphere can change of smell, change of heat, but it's like in a house. you have an atmosphere in your kitchen and you smell garlic and vegetables, and you have an atmosphere in your bedroom where you smell your bed and maybe some perfumes. Another atmosphere in your bathroom, more moist. So, but
It,
it's the same.
yeah, and that relates very much to what it says in scripture, where he says, in my house there are many mansions. And
Mm.
so for each person to find their particular room that they like the smell, they like the atmosphere, but it's about living together within this earth is our one home. This earth is
Mm.
our
Yeah.
mansion, and there are so many, there's so much diversity within it that, you know, and that in itself for me tells me that it is possible. Don't you know? So I said to my husband today, if an alien came down and said, right, we can take you to a place of love and harmony and peace, would you like to go, or you can stay here? And he says, I'll stay here. He says, because
Mm.
we can do that here. He says, and in
Yeah.
all fairness, love, peace and harmony all the time might get a little bit boring. And I says, no, we can still discuss, we can still converse, we can still be individual
Mm.
and within love. And I think that's one of the things that people think, that if we want this love, peace and harmony, that we all become exactly the same. And I think that is the thing that people are like, oh, I don't want to be the
Yeah.
same as you. And no, it's not about being the same. It's about
Mm.
us learning and growing with each other. And I remember saying this when I was talking with Kylie, you know, the flowers, we're all different, but we can all have the same air. And the earth is just like that. And that, I find that frustrating, that the way that our systems are developed is for division, and is to keep us separated and to keep us fighting and to have us in fear of each other. And the current um, virus, lockdown, whatever you want to call it, has absolutely kind of, it has really embodied and cemented the division, that now if I was to see you, I couldn't connect, I couldn't touch you. If I was to actually see you, I should be wearing a mask and to cover myself and to enhance and really divide us in for those of us that were united, we're now divided again. Like, should we wear masks? Should we not wear masks? Should we communicate? Should we come together? Should we not come together? But we'll see. So in terms of that, recently there was, I don't know whether this is something that you are interested in or not, because I'm just getting to know you. So the solstice, the summer solstice that just recently occurred, there was a solstice, there was 6 planets in retrograde, there was a lunar eclipse, and I think there was something else.
Mhm.
And then there is this virus, and there's 2020, and there's lots of things happening right now. There
Mhm.
is, you know, the celestial heavens. I remember I was talking with my friends, and I said, when Christ was born, 3 astrologers followed 1 star. And yet 2020 summer solstice was a summer solstice, 6 planets in retrograde, so lunar eclipse, I think it was, or a solar eclipse. There was all of this stuff, and that was then. So what is happening is, what do you see that this is a different kind of time within humanity, that there is something happening?
Yes, definitely, definitely,
That's the simple answer, yes.
definitely. It's it's a time. We are a lot of people to pray. I was saved all one union, and after I meet a lot of people who were saved also the same project, to reunify people in the same time, to pray together, each one to pray or to meditate or to plant, each one in his particular aspect as he wants, but to be in unity together. So I'm not alone,
Mm.
and it's a lot of people who write about this, who talk about this, and I think it's time to, it's a time to to co-create in conscience this. In
Right,
conscience,
to do
for me,
something
it's in conscience
consciously.
because it is already.
Yeah.
You don't just have to be conscious that yes, yes, it's we are on the same planet.
Yes.
It is me. These people, it's a part of me, not me, this body, but me, the earth. I
Yeah.
am the earth. You are the earth. And you also who watch this video, you are the earth.
Yes.
The
Yes.
Mother Earth, it's you.
Yes. We are all part of the one, and I do think that there is an unveiling, if that is the right word, or there is a sense of newness and revelation. And for some people, there's nothing new. It's prophecy fulfilling, but there is definitely a planetary shift. You know, the people of the earth are, there is a, not everyone, and this is where I suppose for me the frustration and the challenge is that there are some that really are resistant and they are staying in places of fear. And yet if you can accept that we are one, if you can accept, and accepting that is, how you don't accept that is beyond me, because it's a reality that we are connected. We came from the earth and back to the earth, we live from the earth and we eat from the earth, and we everything that we get comes from the earth, and everything we are, so we are connected. And I think if you can accept that connection, the fear begins to dissipate. And yet people are so isolated and frightened to acknowledge and accept, okay, if I say that I am part of, and I accept that we are one, what does that mean for my life? And there is nothing to fear in that. And yet most people are, there's a lot of people that are still need external governments or whatever it is to tell them how to be, to tell them what to do, and to keep them suppressed. So I don't understand fully why. I find it difficult to understand what force is at play to keep people suppressed and not embracing the connectedness and embracing their own individuality and their own sovereignty. Do you have any thoughts on that?
What is the force who keeps the people in this separation? It's your
Sorry?
question. Your question is what is the force
Yeah,
who keeps these people
what are
in
your thoughts on what it is that is keeping the separation? What is it? What for you, and what is it that is keeping the division? Because we are divided, and your mission with All One Union is to enable people to see that we are individual, but we are one. You are you, but we are one. So what are your thoughts on why people don't see that, or are reluctant to accept that?
I don't know really. I can only give my point of view of this.
Mm-hmm.
And my point of view of this is that this is the only sin that we have. It's not really a sin. It's sin like we miss our way,
Okay.
and we miss the way to forgive us. We don't forgive us. Each one of us, we have a lot of culpability. We judge ourselves first, and so as we judge ourselves, we judge also the others.
Yes.
And this judgment makes that we culpabilize culpabilize. I don't know.
We
Culpabilize.
paralyze ourselves. Is that what you're saying?
Culpabilize. Culpabilization. Culpa. Guilty. Guilty.
Ah,
We feel guilty. Yeah. Sorry for my French accent.
okay.
and we feel guilty, um, and so we transmit this to our child, our friends, our family.
Yes.
So we miss the to remember. We have to remember that to play this game of duality, we choose to to believe in the separation. We believe in the separation.
It's an individual choice then.
Yeah, it was a choice when we arrived here, and we co-create this world like this because we believe on the separation.
Yes.
And we have to forgive us to believe in the separation also, because the Mother, Father Divine, the All, God, Allah, Yahweh, Krishna, as we want, Vishnu, Shiva. The Mother, Father Divine is the name that I give because she is all,
Yes.
and she forgive us everything.
Yeah.
Already, because she don't care. She is all, and we don't have to do something for her, him,
Yes.
but
It's
we have to do something for ourselves and the others, because we are part of her, him. So we have to co-create this world with love, with peace, with wisdom.
yes. Yes. I can see that when
And
you were speaking and you said we were in this place of judgments, and the Bible, it came to mind, judge not, yet lest ye be judged, because if we spend our time judging, then we are
yes,
inviting in judgments, and we usually how we judge ourselves is way worse than anyone else can actually judge us.
in
So
the Islam also, they say that Allah is all, and Allah is the only judge, the only one who can judge.
mm, mm,
But after, some people who feel guilty
mm.
want to judge also.
Yeah, so it's because of our own fears and in bias and inadequacies of ourselves that we then push that out onto others. Um, has you were raised Catholic, and then you said you were in hospital. You had an accident, and you were in
Yeah.
hospital. And
Mm-hmm.
would you say that was the moment that changed? Is there a specific moment then within your life that changed everything for you? And was it that moment, or was there another, or is there another moment
Mm.
that
No,
changed for you?
it was a big moment also in the first part of my life, or when I was in Comedian in Paris, and I um, I had in Berlin in 2009 a big shift, a big uh, like a near-death experience,
Okay.
and I understood the all, the concept of all,
Mhm.
that all is all,
Yes.
and we cannot take something out of the all. You are in the all. The God is in the all. The vial is in the all. Everything in the all. And in this all, we are like in a game. And in this game, it's something where who help us to progress to the unity, and other things who make us on another way in the separation. But also the separation is in the all. But
whether
like
you
a
want
concept.
to be, whether you want to accept it or not, it is part of, we are, you know, and it is, that's at the end of the day, that whether you want to be or not is irrelevant, because you are. We are. I think it's Ubuntu. I am because we are.
Yes.
It's that the all in the connection. The first time I heard of or saw the term the all was in the Kabbalion with the Hermetic principles, and it was like, but it's just all. It is just all, and it, for me, that was quite a moment, because I'd always thought that the Bible was such a small book to cram in everything, to the comprehension of creation and all of everything that was there. There was this book, and it was all supposed to be in this book, and I was like, it can't all be in this book. And then when you know, the essence is all in that book: to love the Lord thy God, which is to love creation, and to love thy neighbor. And that's the thing within each, whether it's the Quran or the Bible or the Bhagavad, I can't pronounce it, the
Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you. And within the Kibra Nagas, within all of the religious texts of the world, and I haven't read them all, it is about that connection. And we're back to where we started with you saying exactly that all of the religions and the philosophies and the traditions of the world all tie into that point, and they all emphasize that unity of everything and of the all.
Hello?
Can you hear me okay?
No, I have some problems.
Oh.
Maybe I will go out. I will try another place.
Okay. It looks like a very beautiful garden. It's quite interesting, so I can hear you walking, but your picture is frozen. Well, I hope that Löik is still with us. Hello? This may be, we'll have to, I'm just going to give it a few
Hello?
more. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I can see you and I can hear you.
Okay. I change the place. Maybe it will be better.
It looks like a beautiful garden, or a beautiful that you're in. I love gardens. I like to see gardens, and I'm even sort of trying to turn around and have a look, which is quite funny. So, what is your? I think that through, as we've spoken, the purpose of All One Union is all one, that we have this realization, and that we come together in consciousness to bring that to the forefront, rather than it being an unconscious thing, that it is a conscious thing, that people come together for the benefit and upliftment of the planet. That's how I have understood what you've said to me. Do you have, I asked this of Kaitlyn Nazar, but is there a vision that you have of where it may go, or what you would like to do with it, or do you have plans for the next, or is it to just let it expand? Because it is a global thing. I mean, that was one of the beautiful things yesterday, was I was like, oh my gosh, every single corner of the earth was covered, from the Americas, north, south, the whole lot, and it was just so beautiful to see. So is it, you know, so can it expand bigger than the earth is quite a silly question, but what are your, do you have a vision for it?
I have some dreams. I think all one union, it's like an organism also, a baby, like a baby who grew up and he will take his own direction. But I think I feel, I dream, yes, that we are like a net around the planet, and each one is like a receptor and emitter. Yes, emitter and
A receiver and a sender?
yeah, a receiver and send. Thank you to translate. Um, and my dream is to have one participant, one correspondent for the video meeting, for example, in each country of the world.
Ah, okay.
I have this dream, and I think we can realize this.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I think so. I think so.
In
So,
each country, one people who it's more people, but minimum one people who take this time of consciousness each first of each month at 1 p.m. Universal Time for 11 minutes, only with the conscience that we do this for the good for our Earth and humanity. And this will create like a net of consciousness who will expand and open the heart everywhere.
okay. Can I ask what your particular plans are for the next 3 to 6 months? How you are spending your time? I presume lockdown, you were locked down like the rest of the world, and now that the world is opening, what are your plans?
I will go back to Mexico to see some some friends who are in shamanism also, who are and who are also in the project All One Union, and we want also this unity. I feel in Mexico a very human people. Most of population was so attached to the earth, connect with the earth. Not all, of course, it's like everywhere, but the majority are very connected with the earth, and this is a nice place to continue to organize the All One Union.
Okay. Okay. So I noticed yesterday you speak Spanish, French, and English. Are there other languages that you speak? I'm just curious. Bad connection again. I think that our internet connection, there you are. I was just curious how many languages you actually spoke, because I saw that you spoke French, Spanish, and English.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me? I believe we hate you singing. Can you hear me okay, Löik? I think our internet is unstable. I know that mine is here. So I think what I'm going to do, I will post below how you can connect with All One Union on Facebook, Instagram, and through the website. I do hope I haven't lost the recording, but I think the internet connection is not quite good enough to continue this. So I will post all the information below on how you may connect with All One Union, and invite you all to join on the 1st of the month at 1 p.m. Universal Time for 11 minutes to elevate and the love of the planet.
Hello?
Hello. I think, so my final question, I am going to try and get my final question. I've just been saying because we kind of lost. What truth would you like to share?
What truth? I cannot share the truth. My truth, because I think that it's only one truth.
Okay.
And nobody can know this truth. But we can all know a part of the truth from our point of view.
Okay. So the truth,
So we have only a
piece of the
point
truth.
We have all a piece of the truth, and it's together with all this piece that we can see the truth.
Okay.
But
thank you.
We cannot see alone. We have to connect together.
Okay.
And so with our body, our eyes, we cannot see the truth. We can only feel the direction of the truth. It's each one of us, we are like in a sphere, like in a bubble, you know,
Okay.
like on the planet, around the cycle. And each one is in one point of this bubble. And the center of this bubble is the truth. So if you are here, your direction, your truth is here. Your point of view of the truth is here. If I am here, my direction, my point of view is this.
Yes.
So if you tell me to go to the truth, you have to go here, I will do this, and I will be far of the truth.
Yes.
Because for me, the direction is here. So we cannot say one truth from our point of view. We can say only our direction, my direction of the truth.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for joining me, Löik. Thank you very much.
Thank you to invite me, and
if you could just hold
on. Invite Kathleen also. Oh, sorry.
Okay, if you could just hold on.
Thank you also to.
So thank you very much to Löik for joining me in conversation, and thank you to everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe. As I've said already, I will post contact details down below if you wish to connect with All One Union on Löik. Yes, so like, subscribe, share, and Löik, thank you for joining me. If you just hold on 1 minute, I will start recording, and thank you to everyone for watching Speaker Truth Conversations. Thank you. All right, so I will stop.